And welcome to Bryce Field. And welcome to Wayne State University for the Warriors and the Pride. Purdue Northwest got game one over Wayne State by a score of 4-2. Back for game two, and Wayne State will throw on the bump Alexis Bonk. And here's Jeff Weiss to tell you all about Alexis Bonk.
Alexis Bonk is the one veteran on the pitching staff, which is only 3 people, since the other 2 are freshmen. She's a junior from South Lyon High School. Kind of a bit of feast or famine with Alexis this year. There's games she's struck out like 5 of 7 at one point. There's also times where she's walked 6 of 8. So a little bit like Forrest Gump, box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get with Alexis.
I like box of chocolates. There's a fastball on the outside corner. Strike call to James Fitrakis. Fitrakis was in the field in the first game. Victor Sina is out in the field as the umpire. Thankless job on a 43-degree day on a blustery, windy day in Midtown Detroit. Bonk on the mound, and this is the leadoff hitter, Aubrey Schroyer. It's the same lineup as last game, except one thing. Arnold is in, and Barskakis,
glad you had to say that.
Glad she's out, no offense, is not in the game today to start. And Allison Arnold has replaced her in center field. So, leadoff walk, and that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Ashley Bravo.
Ashley Bravo.
Bravo in game one was 1 for 4, struck out, and left a few runners on.
Busy over at first base, 10 putouts.
That's a busy day, the most of anybody on the field today by double. That one's fisted and fouled off the facing of the first base dugout for Purdue Northwest.
Don't know if you got to walk down by the field at all, but a couple of years ago, the NCAA instituted a rule. So now there's netting top to bottom on dugouts now.
Oh.
So thinking that's why your camera down the first base line is outside the dugout, so they don't have to shoot through the screen.
That's Kyle Buchanan, our fearless camera 3. Throw down to second, runner going, not in time. In fact, it's into center field, where it's fielded and
stolen base on that one.
They'll give a stolen base, as they should, and credit to Schroyer.
I think that was a ball, but I'm not sure. We'll see what.
Can we see the replay on that, please, Alex? Alex Westfall, your executive producer today on Warrior All Access, and it was a ball. It was
well up high.
Well high. 1-2 the count, foul back. This is the number 2 hitter, Ashley Bravo, the first baseman, who in game one was 1 for 4.
A senior from Chicago, Illinois. Played a lot here for the Pride over the last 4 years.
Nice area. Went to Whitney Young High School, known for their athletics. Whitney Young, I believe, is where a former Wayne State baseballer was from back in the day.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Might be crossing up some wires somewhere, but all these green and white teams in Michigan, sort of, my brain is mangled. Throw to first, nice play. Throw to third, not in time. So the out recorded by the pitcher, and a fine play.
Right fielder, Jessica
by Alexis
DeBoer.
Bonk. Here's another look at it, Jeff. She composed herself well and made the play.
Looked the runner back, but she still had enough speed to get over to third afterwards.
Schroyer runs well. She's at third now with 1 out, and that'll bring up Jessica DeBoer.
Moved over to right field after playing left field last game.
2 for 4. The only Pride member to have multiple hits in game one.
Good stop by Hodder on that pitch in the dirt. Bonk's still trying to find her groove here.
Hodder catcher duties back-to-back games. That's never easy at any level in any sport.
Change must have stayed inside.
Ahead of the count is DeBoer out of Dyer, Indiana. A little extra mustard on that one. Hot dog on the outside corner. Strike called.
Have you ever tried to face a fast pitch ladies thrower?
Not brave enough. I want nothing to do with it.
As close as they get, the way they come off the mound, it's
That just misses.
When I was in college, I actually took a phys ed class as softball. I thought, the first day, the instructor was the softball coach, and she said, okay, all you hotshot guys line up. Had the third string pitcher just shooting BBs against us. We couldn't even bunt against her. There's so much movement on that ball.
It really is a different game. Base hit to center field. That's an RBI single for DeBoer. It's 1-0 Pride.
Designated player number 11, Selena Mishko.
I actually think it's tougher than baseball because you've got the drop, but you also have the rise ball.
Yeah. Team leading 22nd RBI for DeBoer. And, yeah, no, I have not. But, I recall Reggie Jackson striking out several times against a softball pitcher. I remember
like
that
a
being,
Jenny Finch or a Cat Osterman or somebody like that. Yeah.
I mean, it always happens.
I mean, you think about how close that mound is and then the way that they propel themselves off and drag their back foot.
Right. Now, it is a bigger ball, but it's still tough to hit what you can't see.
I think somebody once said if they're around like 60, 65, it's like, a 90, 95 mile an hour
That's
fastball
sort of the
because
equivalent.
of the distance.
Yeah. I buy that. I really do. This is Mishko. Selena Mishko. And she has some serious pop. She has gone deep 8 times this year. Wayne State was able to contain her in game 1. Just one hit.
Yeah, one hit. The one intentional walk.
That's right. That's a good contain job. She did not drive in a run. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes. It's a K for bonk. Her first bonk of the game. And with
third baseman number 23, Madison
one
Schultz.
out and 1 run in. And the bases with just 1 base runner at first.
Good movement on that pitch from Bonk.
Really was.
Kind of started on the outer half of the plate and kind of tailed away.
So here comes Madison Schultz, who had a run, a hit, and an RBI. What was that? That was scary.
Is that Alex diving for more pizza?
I think that thing's gone. That pizza was gone quicker than it took for me to order it. That's for sure. That's a really nice changeup for a strike. Mike, we get another look at that. Was that pretty or what? That's what they call a pretty pitch. Oh, I mean, I called it a changeup. What do they call it in the softball world?
Yeah, same. I would too.
Okay. I'm a little confused on the dropper and the change. Strike 3. Out on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning. A couple of bonks for Alexis. And at the end of an inning to play, an inning and a half, it's 1-0.
Some let challenges define them. Warriors use challenges to redefine the world. You might not know their names, but you felt their impact. At Wayne State University, our research turns the desire to do the biggest things into a force for a better world. From a single cell to an entire planet. Anyone can wait for change, but to create it, you need to be warrior strong.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
So it's the senior from LaSalle, Illinois, Abby May, in the circle for Purdue Northwest. Jeff Weiss has the numbers on May.
Abby's this year is 5-4 with a 3.61 ERA, 35 strikeouts to 18 walks in 54 innings. Opponents are hitting .302 against her, so we'll see if Wayne State can string some hits together.
It'll be Miller, Hodder, and Rubel to lead things off for the Warriors of Wayne State, coached by Nicole Tynes in her second year, and she's assisted by Hannah McClooney, also in her second year. Jeff Weiss to my left in his 21st year at Wayne State.
I thought we talked about that in the first game, 2 decades.
Ah, 2 decades.
The number sounds better.
You know my memory's awful. I apologize. The 2-decade. So here is a changeup, 1-1 the count. As Jeff said, May's hittable. She's given up a .300 average this year. Wayne State leads off with Shelby Miller, batting .295. Ground ball, slow roller to second, gonna have to hurry, and they do not get
I'm going hit.
Shelby Miller. Jeff Weiss says it's a hit. I believe him. It's a leadoff runner on. And here's a replay and another look.
Catcher number 16, Becky Hodder.
Having to hustle.
Yeah, she was already by the bag, I think, even by the time the first baseman.
Yep. Maya Stuckey didn't really have a chance. May back in the circle.
She actually got rid of it rather quickly to make it closer than it should have been.
Yep. It's a bunt. It's another good bunt. Throw down to first is in time. So the sacrifice by Hodder advances Miller to second, and she's in position now for Leah Rubel. Here's another look at that well-executed sacrifice bunt.
Shortstop Leah Rubel.
We talked about it earlier today. Wayne State top 25 in the country in successful sacrifice bunts, and just add one more to the total there.
Nobody can appreciate that sacrifice bunt more than a former pitcher like Nicole Tynes. Right?
Anything to get the old adage, get them on, get them around, and move them up. See what you get a key hit.
That's
from
right.
The 3 and 4 hitters.
There's a shot down that first base line.
Coach McClooney wanted no piece of that one.
No, she's got some fast feet. And a sharp mind to know to get out of the way.
When you and your brother were at Wayne State, was there a lot of what I call training room romances?
Does that involve multiple teams?
Well, Coach Tynes is married to a former basketball player at Wayne State, Andrew Tynes.
Oh, Andrew Tynes, no kidding.
And Hannah McClooney is engaged to former baseball catcher Justin Kelly.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I guess we
I don't know
dabbled.
what else number you, Warrior Flames or some Tartar Flames.
Yeah, Tartar Flames. You know, there were some tennis girls we hung out with, some nice young co-eds. So yeah, I mean, we were all living in the apartments together,
Yeah.
the Forest Warren apartments.
I actually
So where were
stayed
you
there
gonna
one
go?
night by accident.
Oh, did you? By accident?
Yeah. I don't think I ever went back. I think
I
it's
lived
been
there for 2
It's
years.
been torn down now, so.
I missed that place. A lot of good memories. But yeah, the student athletes, yeah, there was some dating that went on. In fact, I think some of them are married now.
Well, Andy Arol, who's the assistant coach for the women's basketball team, married Kim Ryder, who was a basketball player
Okay.
at Wayne State. So I knew there was
Sure.
some of that, but I guess I never really realized when I was growing up, you know, like I said, I call them training room romances.
Yeah, no, that's a good name
Is that
for
gonna drop?
it. That is down. That's a base hit. And it's another hit for Leah Rubel. And so runners at the corners with one out.
Right fielder Riley Josephson.
Here comes Riley Josephson, who had 2 hits in game 1.
Unfortunately, Miller had to hold on that one just to make sure it dropped. You don't want to get doubled off second. That would not be a fun walk to the coach.
No, that was the right read. But yeah, I think the most common volleyball. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I dated a volleyball player or 2. Maybe my brother's ex, perhaps. That didn't go well in the locker room. Or at the Sunday dinner table. You remember that, Dad? Yeah, cheerleaders. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, a couple maybe. Not so much. But yeah, it happened, Jeff. Thanks for the memories. Ground ball down the line, and that is foul. It's a thing. I mean, you know, you got, especially at Wayne State, you know, especially when the student athletes lived in one facility under one roof.
Like you said, you guys lived in Forest. Now a lot of them live
All
in
the scholarship athletes
University
had to.
towers and stuff. So.
As towers kind of replaced the Forest Warren apartments.
Yeah, apartment
Yeah,
building.
it's where the scholarship players go and such. Yeah. And of course, later on, you get some flexibility. Your junior and senior year, you can live off campus. Ground ball up the middle. Ground to the shortstop. Force it second, not in time. A run will score. This game is tied. In comes Miller. And everybody's safe. We'll see how that's scored. But it's 1-1, we know for now.
Exactly. We'll have to take a look at that one. Thanks for the replay, Alex. Nice hustle by Rubel. I don't know if they would have gotten. That's a tough call because she
really
didn't make
is.
a few.
Let's call it a hit.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because at first I was thinking fielder's choice, but I don't know if she would have gotten Josephson. It wasn't hit hard.
Yeah, and the force wasn't in time. There's another chopper up the middle, identical play. This time they'll go to first and they get the out. But not before the runners do advance. And runners now at second and third.
Pitcher Alexis
That'll bring
Bonk.
up Bonk. Rosinski's out. And so in a 1-1 game now, two runners in scoring position. Here comes the pitcher to attempt to help herself.
Yep. Oh.
Ground ball right at the first baseman. Fine play by Bravo.
She's done that a few times today.
She really has. But not before Wayne State ties this thing up. We go to the top half of the second inning. Wayne State has tied it at 1.
For the Warriors
This is
in
Warrior
the first,
All
1 run,
Access.
3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners.
As long as there are problems that need solutions, lives that require help, Warriors will keep fighting and keep healing with research, education, and compassion. Wayne State University gives Warriors the tools they need to transform lives. Because when you can deliver wellness across the community and around the world, you're more than strong. You're Warrior strong.
All right, welcome back to Midtown Detroit. Tied at 1. Both teams score in their half of the inning. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. This is Warrior All Access. My name is Chad Bush. His name is Jeff Weiss. He's the sports information director in his second decade of work.
Much better.
At Wayne State.
Third, actually. Completed 2.
Completed 2 full, and he's at 1/10?
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that, a 1/10 of his third. There's a pop-up right side, and communications says, give way to the second baseman, Hool. She makes another put out, and there's 1 out here in the top of the second.
Center fielder, number 33, Allison Arnold.
Good, like you said, good communication there. Last game we had, what, one for each team where we had collisions, so don't need any more injuries, trust me.
No, it's been a banged-up group, Jeff, and some of the injuries that have happened this year that have been the biggest deficits speak to them. What ones have been the worst, hardest hitting?
One of the ones is Brooke Nadolny, who was second-team All-GLIAC 2 years ago as a sophomore. Hasn't played since with some illness that they're still trying to figure out. At one point they thought it was POTS syndrome, which, unfortunately, yeah. Postural orthostatic tachycardia
Did you write
syndrome.
a book on that?
No, but my wife should, as much as we've learned the last, oh my God, Jillian was diagnosed in 2008 with that. So, you know, it's not life-threatening, it's life-altering.
Yeah.
But as Jillian proved, you can make it through med school with it, so.
How about it? Congratulations to your daughter.
But yeah, that's
and we hope the young lady's okay.
Yeah.
Did they they did not define yet then what it is?
No, she's been to Cleveland Clinic and other doctors and still trying to figure out the meds and get it worked out. But smart kid, she graduated in 3.5 years, kind of working on her master's right now. But to lose your starting center fielder, starting pitcher for 2 straight years has been rough. Emily Guzzo, an outfielder, has shoulder issues, hasn't been able to play at all this year. Gabby Capel, last year's starting center fielder, has been out all year with a foot injury. Like you said, Riley Josephson missed some time with a broken nose. Maddie Houle had a concussion.
Man.
Abby Favela tried to pinch hit a couple times back before spring break. Her knee just isn't, so she's going to have surgery. I mean, it's, yeah, you look down the lineup and, you know, Kylie Lewandowski, the catcher that they're very high on that transferred from Kent State, had some kind of hip impingement or something of that sort, and hasn't caught an inning yet. That's why we keep talking about Hodder's caught every inning, but 2 out of 36, game 36
That's
now.
all they got.
Yeah. So hopefully Lewandowski will be healthy for next year. So definitely need some reinforcements. Taryn Peru is out right now. She was playing first base over at Grand Valley last week and got spiked at first base and had to get stitches in the emergency room.
Man. Arnold draws a walk.
Catcher, Brianna
She
Taylor.
was the only player that was different from last game in the lineup for the pride of Purdue Northwest. And now that'll bring up Brianna Paler.
Catching again, too, so she's kind of like Hodder pulling double duty today.
Yeah. Double play depth for Wayne State. This one's lifted foul out of play. Kyle Buchanan reached a handout and a half-hearted effort he couldn't come up with. Mid-40s, the wind is whipping right to left, if not inward. Just missed on the inside corner, 1-1.
I think one reason Paler's catching both ends of a doubleheader, they do have other catchers on the roster, but 2 of them had class conflicts and couldn't make it since this wasn't originally scheduled for today.
Oh, wow. Oh,
so
I see.
Kelsey Dillon
Sure.
and Olivia Hernandez are back in Hammond, Indiana, going to class today.
Well, that's a commitment to excellence in the classroom. Wayne State has a lot of examples of that, all academic, up and down this lineup for Nicole Tynes.
I believe last year,
yeah,
they were one of the top 10 in the NFCA in team GPA.
Always. Swing and a miss, and that goes back to the early Bryce years, you know, in the 80s. Is he early 90s, late 80s?
He was 82 to 22.
Okay, so yeah, 80s, all the 80s. It's always been academically strong. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes, another strikeout for Wayne State.
That's 3 for Bonk today.
That is 3. She's walked 2.
Second baseman, Maya Stuckey.
And just 8 batters faced. So.
Kind of the feast or famine again, as we
That's
talked about in the open.
Yeah. So here comes Stuckey. Wayne State has 3 hits in this game, just 1 for Purdue Northwest. The Warriors trying to salvage a split. It would go a long way in their attempts to make the 6-team conference tournament.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly in the previous game. GLIAC softball expanding to a 4-day tournament this year.
There's a slap to left, and that's caught! And a chance for the final out of the inning. Fine play by the left fielder, hustling in Jesse O'Donnell, who had the home run back in game 1. We're coming back to Bryce Field for the bottom of the second right after this. This is Warrior All Access.
For the Pride in the top of the second.
Warriors. They're the heart of Detroit and the heart of the community. For 150 years, we've been here. Wayne State University helps power Detroit, and Detroit keeps driving us forward. Because if you want to be a part of the fabric of this city, don't just come on strong. Come on Warrior strong. At Wayne State University, Detroit is a part of the education, and that makes everything we do a little more colorful. Here you'll learn art from the old masters and the new. See how down-home cooking can become high cuisine. And cheer on teams that represent your school and the entire city. Because when you study in a city that builds dreams, you get a different kind of college experience. One that's Warrior strong.
9-1-2 due up. Excuse me, 7-8-9 due up for Wayne State. In the bottom half of the second, Chad and Jeff back with you from Bryce Field.
I think Pilato just took care of the Purdue coach's camera there.
Oh, man. Ay, ay, ay. Well, we tried to warn him.
Pilato 2 for 3 in the first game. See if she can keep that rolling here.
In at the corners. Ahead in the count is May, and that's a changeup on the outside corner for strike 2.
Nice pitch by May there.
Cloud covered. Strike 3 called. Backwards K, frozen pizza, and there's quickly one out in the bottom half of the second.
Left fielder Jesse O'Donnell.
O'Donnell had the big blast last game with that home run.
Yes, she did. Campbellville, Ontario native, just a redshirt freshman. Promising outfielder. Bottom of the order with 3 straight freshmen. O'Donnell, Hool, and Hayden Batten, the designated player.
Yep, she's kind of in the flex role this game, so she won't be batting through the lineup, but if Bonk gets in trouble, those... Ooh,
line shot to right, base hit. It will not be in time to first. It's another hit for O'Donnell.
Nice single through the right side there. Obviously, one big difference between baseball and softball, you've got to be worried about the 9-3 put out there.
That's right. That is a little different.
Second baseman Maddie Hool.
So here comes Hool with a runner on first, 1 out, 1-1 ball game. May with a long look in at her catcher, Paler, and that one's fouled away.
Hool went 1 for 3 in the first game. Busy with 3 putouts, 3 assists. One of the assists, I think, was the play at the plate after she kind of bobbled the ball, and the runner was trying to score from second, thinking that she could catch Hool sleeping.
It's a player that has a nice feel for the game. A lot of versatility. Back to May. She'll go to first for the out. Runner advances to second with 2 outs. And that will flip the lineup to the top. Here comes Shelby Miller, the third baseman.
Third baseman number 8, Shelby Miller.
Hool tried to go up the middle with that one. May fielded her position. Kind of interested that she threw an underhand. I wonder if she's not real a lot of pitchers, we had one, Casey Haynes, that would mill it to first base because they're so used to that motion that throwing it overhand isn't something that's familiar to a pitcher.
Right. Get the old Mackie Sasser disease. There's a slapper to second. Fielded cleanly, have to hustle, and they do retire Shelby Miller and the Warriors. They strand a runner at second, but they do get a hit. Their fourth of the game. We go to the top of the third in Detroit on Warrior All Access.
For the Warriors in the bottom of the second.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
Well, it's warmed up to 48 degrees, but that wind is just a whipping. And we're glad to be here on Warrior All Access. He is Jeff Weiss. My name's Chad Bush. And we're in a tight game, 1-1, top of the third.
Bonk falls behind 2-0 now. Not the place she wants to be with Schroyer. She walked and scored the first run of the game, came around and walk, a stolen base, and a single.
That's right. Looking for her 5th win of the year. It would come at an opportune time. With just 9 games remaining in the regular season. Bonk 4-6 with a 5.58 ERA.
We were talking before about the box of chocolates. 54 strikeouts to 53 walks.
Yeah.
I mean, opponents are only hitting 244 against her, so when she's finding the zone, that's less than 1 out of 4.
The accuracy is important. So we'll keep an eye on that. So far, it's been just 2 walks through 2 innings. But they'd like to keep it there. And Bonk is a pitch away, a ball away from a walk here with 1 out. Strike called on the outside corner. Load it up for the leadoff hitter, Aubrey Schroyer, a tough out.
Schroyer hitting 329 coming into today, and 1 for 4 in the first game. Will drop a little bit.
Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes, 2 outs.
Good comeback from Bonk after being down 3-1.
4th strikeout of the game.
First baseman number 8,
giving up just
Ashley
the 1 hit
Bravo.
and the 1 run. Here comes the number 2 hitter, Ashley Bravo.
She had quite a first game. 1 for 4. Had 10 putouts and made some nice plays on line drives that could have been ticketed for right field.
Yeah. Swinging a ground ball sharply to second. Fielded by Houle. And there's quickly 2 outs in the Pride 3rd inning.
Right fielder number 13, Jessica DeBoer.
Good play by Houle to get ready for a hop there. You never know what on these dirt infields you're going to get here. Although they do try to drag it, before the first game and rake it a little bit after that in between games.
I was going to say, you guys have like 6 or 7 grounds crew members.
That was the season high today.
Okay, I'm like, man, they got like a legit grounds crew out here. Where's the guy with the hose? There's a swing, and it's a foul down the line. Well out in front of it was Jessica DeBoer. DeBoer's had a big day.
Yeah, 2 for 4 the first game and an RBI single already this contest.
Ground ball to second. Active, busy day under the glove of the second baseman, Hool.
It was a tough play because she was coming in, but I think you got to keep that ball in front of you.
I think you're right.
I think we have to go E4 on that one.
It is an error indeed. So a runner on 2 outs.
Designated player,
brings up
Selena Mishko.
There's another look, or we just saw another look at it. Mishko dangerous, 8 home runs we told you about. They've been able to keep her mainly in the infield today. She struck out her first time up.
Yeah, second time today we've got her on strikes, so, but 1 for 3 with the walk. She's also been on base twice.
Yeah. Big gap up the middle between the shortstop, Rubel, and the second baseman, Hool. Swing and a miss. Lifted foul out of play, up and away to our right. 1-2 the count, 2 outs.
See what Bonk tries to do here. Last time she got at her swinging on a 2-2 pitch. See if she tries to waste one here or if she goes after her.
Up and away. Supposed to be 80 degrees on Thursday. Of course, we will have soccer action on Thursday.
Not on Warrior All Access.
Not on Warrior All Access. I apologize. No, we will not. Hopefully someday we will.
Actually, we don't even have soccer here right now.
Well, hopefully someday we won't. Maybe someday we will, you know.
Trust me, I saw plenty of soccer games. Both my daughters played club soccer, so.
Yeah, well, maybe that's a future omen. Soccer is coming to Wayne's. No, I don't want to.
They do have good club soccer teams here, I will say that.
Okay, well, they might pick us up. You're on Warrior All Access. Swing and a drive. This is deep right field, treading back and making the catch. And lonely right field today is Riley Josephson. That's the final out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the third on Warrior All Access. We're knotted up at 1. Nothing is solved in Detroit as of yet.
For the Pride.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
All right. 90s reset. This takes me back to going to Woodbridge in the mid-90s for lunch, of course. 1-1 your score. Welcome back to Warrior All Access. Of course, Woodbridge was never here down the street.
Oh,
no, it was down by the water.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. All the football fellows were bouncers and protecting the property.
Yes.
But no, good times be had. Now they've got Woodbridge right down the road. But anyhow, thanks for watching on Warrior All Access.
Oh, nice change.
Sure was. Abby May back out for her 3rd inning of duty. She's given up 4 hits, 1 run, struck out 1, and walked none. And she's about to unleash her 24th pitch, and it's off the plate, 2-1.
Ironically, this is her 10th start of the season. Only 2 complete games in the previous 9 starts. So,
well,
made 3 relief appearances. So, and does have a save. So she's, I guess, Coach Zink has used her both in the starting and relief role.
It's something a pitcher can have a lot of value with, being able to come in different spots.
Right.
Not everybody can start and just start. Not everybody can be a reliever in addition to starting.
Yeah.
It takes a mindset, takes a skill set.
Absolutely.
That's in the dirt. That walks, and that's a leadoff walk. That's important. Put an asterisk next to that one.
Hodder's second walk today.
She's good at that.
Shortstop, number 6, Leah Rubel.
And
When you're
so-
talking about like mindset starting pitchers, it's getting a little old, but after Saturday night Major League Baseball,
Yeah.
there's only one starting pitcher out of the 150 or whatever that had thrown back-to-back games of 7 innings with no earned runs in both games.
Wow. Who are they? Do we know?
Hunter Brown.
I knew this was coming back to a Wayne State alum.
Not quite alum. He only stayed here for 3 years. Hopefully he'll be alum soon.
Okay.
But
former Wayne State Warrior elite
yeah, exactly.
baseballer.
It was funny. Brian McTaggart, who covers the Astros, tweeted last night the Blue Jays were in town, and he said something to the effect of that
Bass and Hunter.
that Anthony was only the 2nd most popular Wayne State product in Minute Maid Park.
How about that? That's pretty cool.
Right fielder, Riley Josephson.
That's a sacrifice bunt by Rubel.
Something we haven't seen. I think that was the second baseman covering on that one, as opposed to the first baseman, which they'd done on all the previous ones.
It was. Stuckey came over to help get the put out. So that'll leave things up to Riley Josephson. There's 1 out. Josephson has had a nice day. The former Walled Lake Central Viking has had a couple of hits.
Yeah, 2 for 4 the first game, and had that infield beat out the kind of, I guess, dribbler past the mound that the shortstop couldn't make a play on.
Yeah,
second.
no, that's a hit. She's had 3 today.
Maybe that's why Coach Tynes moved her up in the order.
Yeah. Swing and a base hit to center. This could drive to the gap, and it will. In to score comes Hodder. And there's nobody hotter right now than Riley Josephson in the green and white. A gap job.
That's her second double today, 1 each game now.
And this one is the go-ahead
Center
RBI
fielder,
double in the
Maddie
bottom of the
Brzezinski.
third. Little tailing ball that found the gap. And Wayne State has found the lead, 2-1, bottom of the third.
Don't try to do too much with an outside pitch. Just go with it. And Josephson laced that over the shortstop's head.
That's right. So May gives up the run. And now here comes Maddie Brzezinski, the center fielder. Look at all the youth. The second hitter, the third hitter, fourth hitter, fifth hitter, all sophomores. And you look at returning 5 of your top 6 players next year in the lineup today. And then your 8, 9 hitters are freshmen. So
And
Jeff's
two,
point, the youth
2 of the 3
movement.
pitchers plus Bonk.
There you go.
And I think Coach Tynes is really excited about a recruited class, like we mentioned earlier. The Houle twins are coming here. One's a catcher, one's kind of a utility outfielder,
Yeah.
play around. They have a catcher from Canada coming in, Logan Foreman.
Okay.
And from Grand Blanc, Sydney Long, who's kind of a pitcher, third baseman.
Well, anything Grand Blanc produces is usually a winner.
So she's kind of a pitcher, third baseman. So kind of looking forward to next year. You know, obviously we want to finish strong this year, but yeah,
Sure.
the cupboard is definitely not empty for next year.
Love it. Maddie Brzezinski is the batter. Starting to warm up just a little bit.
We haven't hit 5-0 yet, have we?
Not yet. We're close. Pitch is just off. Oh, no, that's strike 3. My bad.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I didn't see the arm go up on that one. He must have had a little delayed signal.
Yeah, we'll take another look at that one, but it is a strikeout, second of the day for May. And with 2 outs and a runner at second and a run in, that'll leave things up to Alexis Bonk, the pitcher.
Yeah, on the outside corner. Oh, he did the rip the phone book.
He ripped the phone book. It was close to the chest.
So that one, he puts his arm up. That's why I got caught. I forgot strike 3. He does the rip the phone book.
It was a short rip, though, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger rip.
He had enough muscle. He didn't, or it was a small town phone book.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. Off speed, outside corner, strike called. Fine location by May. There is activity in the Pride bullpen. It's Emma Hill, the right-hander, working, as May appears to be tiring. That one's wide of the bag and foul.
Bonk doing a good job protecting. I mean, she's had 2 strikes called on her on the outside corner. Wasn't going to let it happen a third time.
Josephson, decent speed in second base. Behind in the count, 0-2 is Bonk. She loops one down the right field line. That's down. Rounding third, headed home is Josephson, and she's in there safely.
Good base running by Bonk. She saw the ball get away from the catcher and headed down to second base.
What a clutch 2-strike, 2-out hit by the pitcher slash hitter Alexis Bonk. Found it down that right field line. DeBoer hustled to get it in, but Josephson
First
found
baseman,
home plate.
Brianna Pilato.
And it's a 3-1 Wayne State lead here in the bottom of the third.
Nothing like helping your own cause there for Bonk.
That's right. Nothing like doing it with 2 strikes on you.
But like we said, you know, outside, kept outside, go the other way.
That's right. That's
Josephson laced one, Bonk blooped one.
Yep. Fine piece of hitting.
Still goes down as a hit, right? Still helps your average?
I think so. So this is Brianna Pilato, the senior first baseman, with a duck out there on the pond at second base and 2 outs.
Good eye on Pilato, waiting to see where that change was gonna go.
Hill has stopped throwing in the Pride bullpen. That means she's ready. Pitch upstairs, and May starting to show some signs of uncomfortable activity in that circle. Perhaps a chance for Wayne State to jump on one here.
You'd like to think another base hit. Bonk might have a chance to score with 2 outs.
That's a pop to right. This will hang up enough for the catch to be made in right field. DeBoer makes the catch, but not before the Warriors do damage in the D. A couple of runs, and the lead has been taken by the good girls in green. We're coming back on Warrior All Access right after this.
For the Warriors in the bottom of the third, 2 runs.
Warriors. They're the heart of Detroit and the heart of the community. For 150 years, we've been here. Wayne State University helps power Detroit, and Detroit keeps driving us forward. Because if you want to be a part of the fabric of this city, don't just come on strong. Come on Warrior strong.
We're heading to the top of the fourth here at Gary Bryce Field. The Warriors have taken a 3-1 lead over the Pride. We'll see what Alexis Bonk can do now after being on the base paths and giving herself an extra insurance run. Starts off with the ball, not the way you want to do with a 2-run lead.
No, it's not. You want to get out there and throw strikes. Your offense just gave you 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning. And look for that trend to end soon. This has been a nice pitching performance today by Bonk. She's gone 3 innings. She's thrown 56 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. You mentioned the walks being the bugaboo. It's been pretty good. I mean, you could take 2 walks every 3 innings. I would think.
She's been able to work out of the jam. In fact, I mean, the only run she's given up was a person that she walked. So
yep.
You definitely don't. Now she's gone 3-0 on Schultz. You don't want to put the leadoff runner on and give them any momentum right now.
Schultz scored a run and drove one in back in game 1. The Northwest 4-2 win over Wayne State. There's a walk. That's what Jeff Weiss said not to do. So a leadoff walk, top of the 4th. Wayne State by 2. The Warriors led by 2 in game 1 as well. They had a 2-0 lead in the second. That would get wiped out with a 4-run 4th as Northwest would go on to win that game. The Warriors trying to hold on for the split. Fastball pipes in on the inside corner, strike called.
You could hear the pop on Hodder's glove on that one.
Yep, that hurt. You could feel it. You could feel the...
On a cold day like this?
Oh, man. Just went down to 47 degrees. The wind picked up. Bone chilling. That gets away.
Wild pitch.
They'll call it a wild pitch. You heard it here first. Scampering down to second. And in scoring position now is Madison Schultz. Here's a look.
Yeah, it's hit in front of the plate.
It's wild. Yep.
What Bonk needs to do is concentrate on the batter. Don't worry, you got a 2-run lead. That run means nothing right now. Let's get the batter out.
She's given up just 1 hit today. As Jeff told you, when she's over the plate, she's good. Giving up just a 240 average on the season to opposing hitters. It's been a clean game so far, just 1 error between both teams. Popped up center field, playable. Brzezinski makes the catch.
She almost left early on that one. That would have been an interesting thing had she tagged up to see if Coach Tynes would have challenged that.
Let's see if we can get another look at that. We will. Alex Westfall all over it here on Warrior All Access.
Center fielder,
she did leave early.
Arnold.
She did leave early. I think it was just a bluff, but if you throw behind that bluff, I think she would have been picked off. That's worth noting on the scouting report.
Yeah.
I could see you being a good scouting report guy, Jeff.
Yeah. You think with the numbers and stuff?
I think so. Hockey, I think you could do some damage.
Yeah,
some big-time hockey.
Speaking of big-time hockey.
Yes, sir.
You know who Coley Tynes?
Yeah.
Her maiden name was Abel.
You're kidding. Sid Abel?
Great uncle is Sid Abel.
Get out of here. The former color commentator for the Red Wings. That's up the gap. That's trouble. And that is going to score a run around a score and in to make it a 3-2 game is Schultz after the Galt double to the gap with 1 out. And there's going to be a change made, but here's another look at the gapper, Jeff. This ball just kept going.
Yeah, this was Arnold after Galt had flied out to center.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just kind of carried on the outfielders. If you saw Brzezinski, she started running over, then had to run back. So I don't know if the wind took it a little bit that way, the way the flags are blowing.
Yeah.
So
the wind has shifted a bit. There is a change. There you see the head coach, Jeff.
Coach Zink is making a pitch hitting move here.
So
number 12, Salem Smith, is going to pinch hit.
All right, Smith in with a runner at second, and that is foul out of play. You saw the visiting coach.
Pinch hitting for the catcher, Paylor, maybe trying to give her a little break. Having caught both ends of this doubleheader so far.
It's understandable. Tristan Zink, the head coach. Jordan Osborne, her assistant. Arnold with the hit. The only change in the lineup for Purdue Northwest was Arnold, and she's been a factor. Strike called. 1-1 the count. Big spot in this ball game. Bonk trying to keep that tying run at second. Fourth innings have been big innings for Northwest.
Yeah, 5 of their 6 runs today.
Just missed.
See what Bonk comes back with. She was high with the change on 0-1 and then came back with a couple of fastballs to now the count's even at 2-2.
Maybe something low, eye level low. Got her. Strikeout. Another one. That's strikeout 5 on the day for Bonk. And that will leave things up to number 12. Excuse me.
Second baseman, number 4,
Salem Smith,
Maya
who's out.
Stuckey.
This is Maya Stuckey. Here's another look at the strikeout, Jeff.
Yeah, Bonk had her set up inside and got her swinging under the pitch there. A little bit of maybe a rise ball.
Yeah.
Bonk tried to go the same place on Stuckey, but Stuckey laid off that one. Big moment here for Bonk to get out of this inning if she can.
Really would be to minimize the damage at 1 run. Keep it a 1-run advantage. Protecting home turf at Bryce Field. Stuckey hitless in this game.
Yeah, had a nice line out to end the second inning. O'Donnell got a good jump on a ball.
Hitless in the first game as well, was on base via the walk, but right now she's in line for a free pass again. Ahead 3-0. This is the number 9 hitter.
Kind of flirting with danger with rolling over the top of the lineup.
Outside corner, strike called. Fired fastball in there. 3-1. Allison Arnold doubled to left center, and that drove in Madison Schultz for the run in this inning. Strike call. Couple of fringe fastballs on the corner. Nicely placed.
See what Bonk can come up with here. See where Hodder sets up. Looks like going on the outside corner again.
Strike 3 called. Full count, 2 out pitch. Frozen pizza backs word K. 6th strikeout of the game. And Jeff, what a big time moment to stand up and stop the fire.
Exactly. I mean, we've talked about Bonk being up and down 3-0 with the top of the order in the on deck circle. And she comes back with 3 straight Ks, and Stuckey never took the bat off her shoulders.
Warriors by 1. Let's go to the bottom half of the 4th.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
Chet and Jeff back with you. 3-2 Wayne State on top by a run. They hold off the pride of Purdue University Northwest to just 1 run in that 4th. A fine shutdown finish to the inning, Jeff.
Definitely. Bonk, showed some moxie there. Both runs that Purdue has scored today have been runners that got on a walk. She didn't want to walk the number 9 hitter and came back from a 3-0 count with 3 straight strikes.
That was huge. So this is the leadoff hitter, Brianna.
Jesse O'Donnell leading off for the Warriors.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they've got 8, 9, and 1 this inning.
All right. My bad. Thank you, sir. That's why you're here to guide me, amongst other things.
If you'd known how many softball games I've already seen this year.
It's been fun. May back on the bump for her 4th inning of duty.
And no action in the bullpen, so either Hill's ready to go if called upon, or they're going to see if May can work a few more innings.
Yeah. Bonks had to work a little harder in the pitch count area. 45 pitches now for May. Bonk has 76.
How many strikes for Bonk out of the 76? In the 40s?
Now you're challenging me a bit. It's 39.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, yeah, basically 50%.
Yeah. May's been more around the zone, no doubt. That one's flown foul out of play. But just the 2 walks, or 3 walks, which
2 of them have scored.
2 have scored, right.
But that's been her, Achilles heel this year is the walks.
The 6 strikeouts to 3 walks is something you can live with. It's an improvement for Bonk.
Right,
appears.
Absolutely. And only 2 hits in 4 innings. I mean,
that's big.
Yeah, she's usually about 1 hit in an inning. So,
ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. That's how the 4th inning will start for Wayne State. A leadoff single by Jesse O'Donnell, who's had a gigantic afternoon here in Detroit.
Second baseman, number 2, Maddie Hool.
Well, we'll go back to the old Gary Bryce. Get him on, move him over, and get him around and in. So we'll see if Hool will be laying down a bunt here. Third baseman obviously is expecting it. She's way in. And first baseman is as well.
Yeah. So this is a sacrifice situation, perhaps.
I'd like to see Hool maybe pull it back and try to slap it.
It's on the plate. They'll call that foul. I like that call.
Maybe pull it back a little bit, try to slap it by the third baseman.
Call timeout and go tell her. Tell her what we want. I think you're right. I think it would work. Runner on first, O'Donnell. She's had a big, big day. It's her 2nd hit of the game. She had 1 in the first game. It was a 2-run home run. And our warrior of the game that we'll talk to afterwards, O'Donnell will certainly be a big candidate. That's popped up. That's playable. The shortstop Galt going back and making the catch. That's 1 out, a runner on, and a 1-run advantage for Wayne State, bottom of the 4th.
Third baseman, Shelby Miller.
Not quite what we wanted with Hool. She pulled the bat back, just got under it a little bit instead of hitting it down on the ground, making him field it.
So, discussion in the dugout, stoppage of play. May's ready now. Swing, slice to left, and that is caught. Tagged well, but out is Shelby Miller, lined out to left.
Nothing to show for it.
That's too bad. Fine catch by the left fielder, Aubrey Schroyer. And
catcher, number 16, Becky Hodder.
Here comes the number 2 hitter, Becky Hodder, who's had a fine day. She has scored a run and walked in this game.
Had a walk last game, too, obviously. Not quite the team leader in walks, but now she's got over 11 walks this year to 9 strikeouts.
Upstairs, Hodder has been the best producer offensively for the Warriors this year. 408 average in her 35th start. She has 40 hits on the year and 23 runs driven in. Those are team best. Evan Westfall with a save again. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, runner on first. May trying to get out of the fourth.
You're benching off Hodder's number, team leading 15 doubles, 653 slugging percentage. I'd like to see her find a gap right now.
Fouled back. So 1-2 the count, 2 outs. The runner at first via the base hit is Jesse O'Donnell, the offensive MVP today for Wayne State.
Oh, man.
Sharp shot at third, and there will be no play.
That's got to be a hit as tight as the third baseman was playing.
I would agree with that.
I mean, that was a rocket. She did a great job just to keep it in the infield.
No doubt. So a hit. That'll be the 8th of the day, I believe,
Shortstop
for
number
Wayne
6,
State.
Leah Rubel.
So here comes Rubel, the shortstop. So May with 2 on and 2 outs now. In a tough spot. That one's fouled back.
Rubel figured she was trying to get ahead of her and went swinging at the first pitch.
Rubel the batter. Hodder singled to third base. For Miller lined out to left. There's been some good swings, Jeff Weiss, in this 4th inning.
Absolutely. The last two, batters have see what Rubel can do on this 1-1 pitch.
Swung and lifted, foul out of play back towards Tyrone Wheatley's football field, or Tom Adams Field, rather. How did the spring game go in football?
For what I saw pregame, great. I was over here at softball doubleheader, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But
Okay.
a lot of new excitement around Warrior football. Almost an entirely new coaching staff with just one holdover, and I think people are going to be excited when they see the offense under associate head coach Russell DeMasi.
Love it. Can't wait. May underhand to first. Side retired, so Wayne State threatens but does not score. They've out-hit the Pride 8-2 today, but have a 1-run lead as we go to the top of the 5th from Bryce Field. You're watching Warrior All Access.
Warriors. They're the heart of Detroit and the heart of the community. For 150 years, we've been here. Wayne State University helps power Detroit, and Detroit keeps driving us forward. Because if you want to be a part of the fabric of this city, don't just come on strong. Come on Warrior strong.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
So here come the Pride, and they will face the pitching of the right-hander Alexis Bonk, the junior, and she will face this Pride lineup. It starts with the leadoff hitter Aubrey Schroyer. Chad and Jeff Weiss back with you.
Good start for Bonk with a strike there. Obviously, you know, this is a big inning to get through with the top of the order. If you can go 1, 2, 3 here, it'd make the next 2 innings much easier.
Righty on lefty. Corners are in. It's a fastball down and away. 1-1 the count.
Schroyer walked and scored in the first and struck out swinging in the third. So definitely want to keep her off the base paths.
Slapped up and away.
Speaking of future Warriors, Maddie Hull's two sisters just walked in. I wonder if Allen Park had a game today.
Ah, the Jags are in the house. The Jag twins, the Huell twins. They're having a fine season. I believe they're #1 ranked.
Are they really again?
I think so. When are they not? Line back to the pitcher, caught, and that is an out. So
that almost looked like a changeup going back to her. Like she had to reach for it like a couple times.
Double changeup, it looked like. Get another look at that one.
First baseman number 8, Ashley Bravo.
Bonk retires the batter. Here's another look at the changeup, double changeup pitch, and then a changeup back to the pitcher, Bonk.
And then she looks at the catcher like, don't you normally throw it to first to start throw it around the horn?
That's right. There's a big meeting of the minds at the mound. And there is, well, we don't know if there's activity in that Warrior bullpen, but Bonk, it looks like, is going to stick around. The conversation from...
Should we tell Brad Ross to see that ladder behind him to go look at the bullpen?
He's not listening. You can tell him anything you want. Ross is...
he's trying to stay warm there.
He's trying to stay alive, and I give credit to our cameramen today, Kyle Buchanan, Brad the Boss Ross, CJ Easterling. We got a great crew today. And the captain of the ship is Alex Westfall. But the real captain's to my left in his third decade of excellence, Jeff Weiss. Spun attempt, pulls it back. Strike called. Am I getting better at that?
Yes, that was good.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. 3-2 game, 1-run lead for the Warriors. We're here on Warrior All Access. Glad you're with us. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Go back and get game 1. It was worth it. Outside. A little bit of laboring right now by the junior Alexis Bonk, who's been really good today. 4 1/3 innings, giving up just 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. She's thrown 80 pitches now.
Obviously a big difference between baseball and softball. You mentioned before, I think Buckberger threw around 120 pitches the first game. There's been pitchers I've seen throw 140 in the first game and come back and get a save in the nightcap, you know. I don't know, it must be something with emotion that it's not as tiring as a baseball arm.
There's something there. I mean, it's still notable and incredible, but ground ball back up the middle. Bonk couldn't get it. Nobody can. It's into center field where Rosinski will handle it. It's a 1-out base hit for the Pride.
Is that the old seeing eye base hit?
Yeah, big time. Here's another look at it. And just enough.
Right fielder,
and it didn't
Jessica
matter really
DeVore.
if Huell gets to that. There's no way she's going to get the Pride runner.
Yeah,
Bravo.
Yeah.
So it's a hit. It is now the third hit of the game. Big cut. Just 1 extra base hit for each team in this game. Arnold had the double for Purdue Northwest, and Josephson had the double for Wayne State.
Yeah, both of them produced a run.
They did. Swinging a pop-up, playable for the catcher, going back and making the fine catch. Hodder with a catch against the fence.
I'd like to see that one. It looked like she almost overran it and then had to reach back.
Athletic play.
I'm putting the pressure on Alex Westfall to find that one for me.
Oh, no, he knows I'm a replay aficionado.
Yeah.
And
that's a big out with Mishko coming to bat.
Yes, sir. That's Evan Westfall, by the way, on replay. Part of the double play combo up the middle for us here at Warrior All Access. Strike called on the outside corner, lower quadrant, well placed.
Was it Tinkers to Evers to Chance was the old Cubs one?
Yeah.
And you've got Westfall to Westfall to Who do you have manning first base?
I guess it's.
Would it be Kyle down there?
It could be Kyle. Could be your own. Is that Matt down there? Magic Matt. Yeah, no, we've got quite a great team here at Warrior All Access. It is cold outside, but it's warm in this booth, and we're glad that you're with us on this Tuesday afternoon turned evening. A number off the end of the bat. Poole will have to hurry. First they get, and the side retired. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Wayne State looking to add on. Hard work. There's a ground ball to short. The coat is off and the throw is low.
Oh, nice
Got
scoop.
her. Oh, what a scoop indeed. Fine scoop out by the first baseman, Ashley Bravo.
She's had herself a game defensively, sorry.
No, you're good. She has. And it's worth another look, and here
Center
it comes.
fielder, Maddie Ruzinski.
No replay on that.
You wore out the replay guy already.
I know, see? Give these guys compliments and they fall asleep. Josie Galt, the shortstop, on that play. Strike on the outside corner. So this is number 19, Maddie Rosinski. This is the center fielder and the sophomore.
Don't you love how you try to read these numbers? They're about this big, you know, an inch high on the back of the
I don't even
top.
see him on the coat.
Half the time their ponytails cover them anyways.
I don't envy your job of tracking their numbers.
Much easier at softball than football.
True.
Trying to keep track of guys' participation on punt returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know how any of that happens. It all takes experience and precision. Something you know quite well in your 3 decades of work. Or 2 1/10. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Wayne State in the bottom of the fifth trying to hold on to their 1-run lead. This is the center fielder, Rosinski. Out of Armada High School. Base hit center field. Off the fist, but strong enough to strike a single. And it's a 1-out single in the fifth and a first hit of the day
Pitcher,
for Rosinski.
Alexis Bonk.
Good job for Rosinski to wait back on that one and hit it where it came from, right back up into center field.
Yes, sir. So here comes the pitcher to try to help her cause again.
I believe she drove in Wayne State's last run with that blooper down the right field line.
She sure did. 1 for 2 with an RBI. And a tight 1-run lead.
Laid off the change there, didn't swing over it. Good patience. Get herself into a hitter's count and see what she can do there.
Wind continues to whip across the way. Fly ball center field, fairly deep, has a beat on it, and catch is made in the right center field gap. That's Allison Arnold. And that is 2 outs now. The runner retrieves back to first. That's Rosinski.
First baseman number 3, Brianna Pilato.
Here comes Pilato. Brianna Pilato. Lays off that changeup.
I mean, the first game we talked about Wayne State, you know, dropping it 4-2. They left 10 runners on base. They can't do that kind of thing again in this tight game as well.
Yeah, those LOBs will catch up to you. That one's fouled back firmly into the fence. The sun has set. The gray skies cover. And we hope in Michigan to see the weather climb across 50 degrees tomorrow and then escalate into 80 degrees on Thursday. Not asking for too much. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Thursday should be a beautiful day for Wayne State baseball as they travel to Midland to take on Northwood.
Northwood, one of the top teams in the GMAC.
How's Ashland in the GMAC in softball?
They have a new coach the last few years that played for them, Emmeline Canarum.
Yep.
She's not quite gotten back to where they were with her predecessor.
Okay.
Sheila Goulis was an outstanding coach there. Northwood under Coach Greg Sauvé is about top 10, top 15 in the region, so he's got playing well. So
hit hard at second, knocked down, won't have a play.
That's going to have to be an error.
That will be called an error on Maya Stuckey. It'll be the first error of the game for the Pride. And now there's 2 runners on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, it'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Jesse O'Donnell.
Left fielder, number 9, Jesse O'Donnell.
O'Donnell with 2 hits in this game. She had 2 RBIs and a 2-run home run in game 1. Jeff, this is the player you want up right now.
Yeah, she seems to be seeing the ball well today. Yeah, if she just gets something in the green, I would think Ruzinski would have a good chance to score. She should be running with 2 outs.
May awaits the sign, and it is a well-placed fireball in the outside corner, strike 1.
Interesting play we had earlier this year in softball with Finley here. Top of the 7th inning, Wayne State's up by a run. Finley has a runner at third with 2 outs. There's a bloop over the shortstop's head. Thank you, Abby May, for throwing that one outside. The girl basically watches it. The center fielder comes in, Ruzinski, trying to make a sliding catch, unable to come up with it. Rubel picks up the ball, throws to Hool at second, gets the runner. The girl wasn't even 15 feet off third base.
Wow.
Watched the whole time. She would have been the tying run, didn't score.
Unbelievable.
So when I always say you should be scoring with 2 outs from second, she did score from third, and the batter got thrown out at second.
Wow. Missed opportunity. I mean, well of a play, right? But by our gals.
Right, just focus, get it out. But yeah, I went back and watched the replay because I was waiting for the umpire to point it home. I'm like, she never even made it to where the umpire was.
Unbelievable. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So May gets out of trouble again. So we go to the top of the 6th. Wayne State 6 outs away from flying that big W in the D tonight. Back after these.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore. I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals.
Okay. Here comes Schultz, the third baseman, to lead things off. What a game we have here. He is Jeff Weiss. My name's Chad Bush. 3-2 Wayne State over Purdue University Northwest. The Pride trying to come from behind again to win on the road. They trailed 2-0 against Wayne State in game 1, but came back with 4 runs in the 4th inning to hold on to a 4-2 win. Wayne State tried to prevent that from happening here in game 2. This GLIAC matchup. Jeff, a gutsy effort today by Alexis Bonk, who DH'd in game 1. She's been really special on the mound today.
She's definitely, I mean, typical Alexis. She's got, what, a half dozen strikeouts or so? But we've got to, cut down on the walks. She's walked, what, 3 and 2 have scored, so.
Trying to avoid that here. She does come back with a strike. We saw her bounce back from a 3-0 count earlier in this game.
Yeah, against Stuckey to end the top of the 4th.
misses here. So the leadoff walk.
Shortstop, Josie Galt.
And here comes Galt, who's been a handful today at times, hitless in this game, but Galt had 2 RBIs back in game 1.
Was on base 3 times, yeah, with 2 walks that game. Definitely a patient hitter.
Very capable, very confident. It's an off-speed pitch, beautifully butterflied, flapped in for a strike.
Different coaching philosophies. You never saw Galt even think about bunting on that one.
They like the way she's swinging the bat, I guess. Big secondary lead down there by Madison Schultz, who walked to lead off this 6th inning.
Big pitch here for Bonk. You don't want to fall behind. 2-1 to Galt.
No, sir. Squares to bunt, gets it down. Good scoop. 1 play. That's to first. Covering quickly was Huell, and the sacrifice works. Runner advances to second with 1 out. As we get another look at the replay here.
Center fielder, Allison Arnold.
Yeah, Pilato thought about second, but wanted to make sure she got a sure out on that play. So, you know, now it's up to Bonk to settle things down and, you know, keep this ball in the infield here.
A tying run out at second. Wayne State trying to keep her there. That's Madison Schultz. 1 out. So this is Allison Arnold. And she loops one to left. That's a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. O'Donnell gets the ball in quickly, but there's runners at the corners with 1 out. And the second hit of the game for Arnold for the Pride.
She waited back on the changeup and just was able to fist it over the infield.
Catcher, Brianna Paler.
That'll bring up Paler.
So here's one of those softball situations. If you remember, they pinch hit for Paler earlier.
Yeah.
So she was able to re-enter once if you start. But if they would pinch hit for her again, she'd be out of the game. So with 2 catchers back home in class, probably don't maybe want to go to your 4th catcher right now.
Right.
In a close game, so Paler will have to hit.
There's a bunt in front, handled, no play. Everybody will be safe. Charging in to make the play was Shelby Miller.
I think we'll give a bunt base hit on that one. That was just...
Yeah.
You were looking for, it was more of a safety squeeze than a suicide squeeze, so the runner at third just held.
We'll get another look here. Pilato had to leave first base, and there was nobody covering. It was late getting over, was the second baseman, Maddie Huell. And so bases are now loaded. It does present a forced situation, and now the Pride are going to make a move, it looks like, Jeff. And he'll go find out what's happening. And we'll find out shortly.
We're going to send up a pinch hitter for Stuckey, number 2. Oh, our friend Darcy Barkowskis.
Barkowskis, you nailed it. So bases are loaded. Barkowski into pinch hit for Maya Stuckey. So bases are juiced in a 1-run Wayne State lead. And it's a fastball pumped over for a strike by Bonk.
Good way to start off. You want to make sure she hits your pitch this year, this plate appearance. Maybe add an infielder, see if you can turn 2, at least come home and get the 4s.
Strike comes right back and pumps one over. Barkowskis, Darcy Barkowskis, who in game 1 was 0 for 3.
Didn't have much action, only one put out in right field last game.
Looking for the strikeout here is Bonk, who has just tossed her 100th pitch of the day. Says Matt the stat. 103 says Matt.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
a little
pitch clock
delayed.
is only updates after each batter.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Matt, you ruined our story. Come on. Pat the stat will talk to Matt the stat, and they'll figure it out. 2-2 count, 1 out. This is a big-time pitch. Quickly ahead 0-2 was Bonk. Against Barkowskis, and it's now full. Nowhere to put her. 1-run lead for Wayne State. Pride pinch hit. Need a strike here, Jeff.
Absolutely. Or at least a ground ball, to the pitcher or somebody where you get the force out at home. Let your defense work for you. You don't have to strike out everybody, although that would be nice right now.
Just misses. It's a game-tying RBI walk for Barkowskis, and it's 3-3 in the top of the 6th.
And all 3 runs that have scored for the Pride of the batter reached on a walk.
It's one of those things. It's time-tested. You walk the leadoff hitter, and it's going to come around to burn you. There's another substitution. The sirens. Are those sirens or those screeches? Re-enter has happened.
Now running at first base is second baseman Maya Stuckey. She replaces the pinch hitter Darcy Barkowskis.
So there you heard it from Jeff Weiss, doing double duty, PA and color and media relations. You do it all, don't you?
I try some days. But
And
that's why I got Matt the stat and Pat the stat helping out.
That one's lifted and fouled out of here.
It was much easier a couple decades ago when we didn't have to worry about live stats and streaming.
Right.
And it was just PA and scoreboard, and kids want walk-up songs and everything else.
Yeah, you had TG and
Eva. And then
and
Cameron for about 10 years.
Miki and Cameron. Oh, yeah, it's been a good run. But all under your tutelage after 2 1/10 decades here. So, quickly 2 strikes. This is a big, big opportunity. And it's been a nice bounce back for Bonk.
Got to finish the job, though.
Yep. And there's still only 1 out. Something on the ground has to come home. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout. Strikeout number 7 for Alexis.
Showing a little moxie there to come back after giving up a game-tying walk.
Big time.
First baseman number 8, Ashley Bravo.
Like we talked about in the opening, she's gotten some big-time strikeouts, but the walks, I mean, you've only given up 5 hits in 5 2/3 innings, but 3 walks have scored.
Yep. Out is Schroyer. That's a changeup that's popped up near the line. Catch is made. Fine, fancy footwork by Pilato down that fence line for out number 3. The game is tied at 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th on Warrior All Access.
Some let challenges define them. Warriors use challenges to redefine the world. You might not know their names, but you felt their impact. At Wayne State University, our research turns the desire to do the biggest things into a force for a better world. From a single cell to an entire planet. Anyone can wait for change, but to create it, you need to be warrior strong.
How about this catch on the fence line to end the 6th? The defense flashing some leather. Wayne State gives up the run on the top of the 6th, Jeff. We're tied at 3. And a big opportunity now for this offense to pick up their junior right-hander, Alexis Bonk.
Yeah, good play by Pilato with the bases loaded. You don't want to, anytime you can get it out, you want to take it.
May back on the bump.
Pitch inning for the
her
Warriors.
6th
Number
inning
14,
of duty.
Sasha Buckberger.
She's given up 9 hits and 3 runs. We'll get a pinch hitter now for Wayne State. And the lady who started game 1 will now come in to pinch hit. This is the freshman Sasha Buckberger, the freshman from Oakville, Ontario.
She's had a few pinch hitting experience, plate appearances this year. I think even played first base maybe 1 game. Just trying to switch things up a little bit. Hull's been kind of, last time we talked about her, maybe doing a slap bunt, but yeah, she popped up to the shortstop. So give Buckberger a chance to see what she can do with the stick.
They swap one freshman out for another. And this is fouled back, 1-1 the count. Good hack off the bat of the right-hander. Gave Wayne State a chance in game 1 in the circle.
Yeah, Buckberger 1 for 6 this year with an RBI.
Lays off the off-speed pitch. A lot of history at Wayne State for softball. 3, I repeat, 3 World Series appearances. Last in 2014. And 18 GLIAC Conference Championships. This one's popped up. Left center field. This is trouble, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. That was the shortstop Galt who thought the center fielder Arnold was going to catch it, and it ended up about 5 feet behind the shortstop position of Galt.
She just, yeah, I don't know if the wind blew it back in or she just gave up on it, but it looks like Wayne State's going to put Hull back in to run for Buckberger now.
It's a pinch hit, base hit for Buckberger. And so Hull will go back and run, as Jeff said, and this flips the lineup to the top, and here comes Shelby Miller.
Re-entering the run at first base for Wayne State is number 2, Maddie Houle. Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Shelby Miller.
So Miller will bat, the leadoff hitter, and Wayne State gets the leadoff hitter on. Miller 1 for 3 today with a run scored.
2 words for you, or 3 words. Gary Bryce bunt.
All right, it's coming. They're one of the best in the NCAA. Program built on it, and this is a dandy. Sacrifice bunt, throw to first, mission accomplished. They'll throw behind the runner, but savvy enough to stick around is Houle. So there you have it. The go-ahead run at second base with 1 out.
Best hitter coming up.
That best
Catcher
hitter
Becky Hodder.
is the catcher Becky Hodder, who has a hit today and has a run scored and has been on base twice. And just get a nice another look there. Left-handed senior.
Hull's got to be smart on the bases. You don't want to get doubled off, but you want to get a good jump too.
There's a slice up to the gap. That's trouble.
1 hop to the wall.
Houle around third. She'll score standing up. And it's a go-ahead double and a big-time hit by the best hitter in green and white, Hodder.
We talked about it all day. 15 doubles going into today, one of the best in the NCAA, and we'll see if Alex's crew can come up with a replay here.
Look at that. Slice job to left center, up the gap, extra base hit.
Shortstop Leah Rubel.
A clutch hit. It's the 11th of the day for Wayne State, who has fought back and answered that run that was placed in the top of the 6th.
Very good. I mean, defense picks up. Bonk after the walk. Pilato makes a nice play down the right field line. Now the offense picks her up as well.
Second hit of the day for Hodder. And so Wayne State would love to add another. Here comes Rubel, the shortstop. Another change has been made. Jeff Weiss has been a busy boy running in and out of this booth. What else is going on here?
Just a catcher to the mound. They don't have anybody warming up, so I'm not sure if it was just more strategy talk or to calm May down after that line drive by Hodder. I mean, she jumped all over that first pitch.
She really did. Swing and a miss, or excuse me, swing and a foul back.
If you remember earlier in the game, we talked about May only having 2 complete games and 9 appearances.
Yeah.
Now she's gone, what, 5 1/3, and maybe she is starting to. I mean,
they're getting to her.
Yeah, she's, maybe not used to going this deep into a game.
Yep. Over the heart of the plate, strike called. That looked like it might have been Rubel's pitch. She stayed away. It's 0-2.
We discussed it earlier that if she's going to keep pounding the outside of the plate, got to go the opposite field.
Slapped foul down that right field line. Sun continues to shine. Shadows cast in the outfield. A beautiful Bryce Field. How long has this facility looked this beautiful for?
Well, let's put it this way. When I started here, first year in 02, I did baseball. Started doing softball in 03. I was at a card table and chairs.
Here's a chopper to third. Mishandled. Everybody's safe.
I might need to take a look at that one. Was it a bad bounce at the end?
I don't want to share my opinion. I'll let you call it.
I'm trying to be optimistic, but I've got a feeling it's probably going to be an error.
I think it is, Jeff.
Because it wasn't hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just, I don't know, maybe.
Can we get another look at that from another side? Maybe
bad
from
footwork by Schultz on that one or something.
Buchanan's camera, perhaps. We'll get another look, Jeff, too.
Oh, Emma Hill's now.
Emma Hill now is in the bullpen. Here's the other look, Jeff.
Yeah, just
it is an error. Jeff confirms
it. Has to be an error.
Second error of the game. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Another discussion, and Riley Josephson.
Right fielder Riley Josephson.
Umpire must have been out of balls. They had to throw 2 more balls in.
Well, yeah, they've hit about 25 out of this park, it feels like. Riley Josephson has been a very productive hitter today, Jeff.
Absolutely.
She's up now again, looking for her 3rd hit and her 3rd RBI. The right kid in the right spot here.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier that she was hitting .333 coming into today. Obviously missed a month with a broken nose, but has really, battled back to get herself back in the lineup.
May I ask how the broken nose occurred?
Playing in the Dome in Chicago next to O'Hare Airport.
Yeah.
Just kind of lost the ball in the lights.
It's awful. Josephson is all better now, and that swing is fine. Thank you very much. 2 for 3 today, 2 RBIs. She had that double. It was a part of that 2-run 3rd inning for Wayne State. Wayne State trailed 1-0. They came back to tie it at the bottom of the 1st and regained the lead in the 3rd with a 4-2 lead. But the Pride would chip away with 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th before the Warriors would untie it in the bottom of this inning. Still batting now with just 1 out, runners at the corners.
Just need something in the outfield here. You got to get hotter and to give your Bonk an insurance run.
Pitch is low.
May must have hurt me because she was throwing something off speed, wanting her to just tap it in, beat it into the ground.
Hitters count 2-1. Riley Josephson, the pride of Walled Lake Central. Drives one to left, that's a base hit. Another RBI, the 3rd of the game, in to score, and it's 5-3 Wayne State. How about it?
I think a double down the left field line. I mean, the left fielder got over to cut it off, but I mean, that's a tough play to.
So 2 doubles in the inning, Hodder in to score. Rubel to 3rd, and Wayne State with a 2-run advantage on this bullet down the line. Josephson with another hit, Jeff.
Yeah, what we talked about, look at how far in the third baseman was. You don't know if she was back closer to the bag, if she may have had a better chance at it, but the left fielder, let's see who's at this game, it's Schroyer, got over and cut it off, but at that point, Rubel was off and going and was able to make it into third without a throw.
So Wayne State with a 2-run advantage. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher coming in for the Pride. The Warriors have busted it open here in the 6th. Back for more right after this.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
We got a change in the circle, and as Jeff mentioned, it's Emma Hill who is on a relief for Abby May. Jeff will tell you all about the right-hander.
Emma Hill making her 13th appearance, only third out of the bullpen, 7-2 record, 2.73 ERA, 32 strikeouts to 44 walks and 66 innings.
So there you have it. This is Maddie Rosinski, the batter. Bonk on deck.
See if they can add some insurance runs here.
On the base pass, it's Josephson on second base, and it's Rubel on at third. Wayne State wants more, need more cushion. 12 hits today.
Wayne State had 18 hits in the second game of Saturday's doubleheader against Parkside, the most they had had in 5 years. So
wow.
They're capable of, getting that feeling where everybody hitting's kind of contagious.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you look at their averages, and it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players batting 300 or better. At the top of that, there's a, Purdue is what, not active right now?
Right, she's out with a heel injury.
So I mean, it's been an efficient offense, and if you go with Pilato, it's 280 or better for 7 players. So, I mean, there's capability you can see offensively. We're seeing that today. Swing and a miss, out on strikes. There's 2 outs, but damage already done. 2 runs in, and there's 2 runners still
Pitcher,
out there for the
15,
Warriors.
Alexis Bonk.
So here comes Bonk, and Bonk has had a solid day, 1 for 3 and an RBI.
Definitely help her cause with another base hit right now.
Pitching has been fabulous as well, 6 innings. She's thrown 111 pitches, make a wish. 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, 3 earned runs. She is in line to win for the 5th time this year. Good speed on the base pass. Josephson runs well at second base.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you'd think she'd be able to score on anything.
No doubt.
Any type of base hit.
Yeah. Rubel runs well enough to score from third on most anything, of course.
Yeah, you're talking about all the averages. It seems like every game there was something different. A drop fly ball, a bad throw in the infield, walks, or whatever. Or, you're facing a top pitcher and you don't get your 12 hits.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, you lose 4-2.
Yep.
So we'll see what they do for Bonk here in 3-0. Would you be taking, or would you say, hey, if there's something in your wheelhouse, go for it?
I think if it's in your wheelhouse, go for it. It was not in her wheelhouse, and she let it go by. Bases are now loaded, and that will bring up Brianna Pilato,
First baseman, number 3, Brianna Pilato.
The pitcher, Emma Hill, on in relief of Abby May. Hill is out of Holmes Beach, Florida. She's a long way from home today.
Interestingly enough, she went to high school in, I think, Illinois or something.
Cary Grove, Illinois. That's right.
So maybe after she went off to college, parents were empty nesters and decided to head for a little warmer weather than Illinois.
I think you're right. Her parents are smart. They make their off-season home now in Holmes Beach. Swing and a miss. They might be there right now, listening and watching on Eagle All Access. We may get an invite, Jeff.
Do you know what part of Florida Holmes Beach is?
I do not, and I don't really care. I will go down there anyway. Anytime, any place.
From Jacksonville to...
Is it Jacksonville?
I have no idea. Jacksonville to Miami, anywhere in between, right?
I don't know, but we got a crack staff that'll find that out quickly. Pat the Stat should be on something like that. Where's Holmes Beach? Yeah, we'll find out. 1-2 count, 2 outs. This is a big at bat. Bases are loaded, nowhere to put her. Pilato strikes out. It ends the inning, but damage done. Wayne State 3 outs away from capturing the victory. 2 runs in the inning. More damage done off the Wayne State bats. Come on back for the final 3. This is Warrior All Access.
As long as there are problems that need solutions, lives that require help, Warriors will keep fighting and keep healing with research, education, and compassion. Wayne State University gives Warriors the tools they need to transform lives. Because when you can deliver wellness across the community and around the world, you're more than strong. You're Warrior strong.
3, 4, and 5 due up for the road team. Purdue University Northwest. Chad Bush and Jeff Weiss back with you from Midtown Detroit on the campus of Wayne State University. Gary L. Bryce Field, and this is the final inning.
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
Let's hope 3 outs and we get to go home.
That's right. Wayne State with 5 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. The Pride with 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors in this cold, windy, 59-degree day in Detroit. 49, my bad.
Just trying to make us all feel warmer.
It's 59 in this booth or better, so I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Jeff.
Are you talking about all of our hot air, or is making it warmer? Or are you talking actually being in a closed booth?
That's right. Yeah, no doubt. It's been chilly, mid-40s for most of the day. But Wayne State trying to close it out with a fun, warm win. Popped up. This should be out number 1. Houle waves her arms in the air and has the catch. And there's quickly 1 out in the Pride, top of the 7th.
Designated player number 11, Selena Mishko.
That was a big out for Bonk. You don't want Mishko coming up with runners on base.
No doubt. It is the heart of the order.
At this point, you just want to go after them, make them earn it.
So DeBoer is out. Mishko has been a problem on most nights. She's been contained today. 0 for 3.
1 for 3 with a walk the first game.
They pitched her well. It's a good scouting report that they put together with Nicole Tynes. That one's fouled back. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Wayne State 2 outs away from collecting the victory here in this one.
Yeah, 13-21 or 13-22 after the game 1 setback for the Warriors. 3-12 in the GLIAC, so definitely important win as they try to, move up in the standings and earn a spot in the GLIAC tournament.
Would go a long way. Just a little bit extra on that fastball coming off the hand of the right-hander Alexis Bonk out of Armada High School. So a South Lion, my bad.
Brzezinski, the center fielder, I think is the one from Armada.
That's right.
Strong up the middle, though.
Yeah, up the middle at least. We'll keep it up the middle, right? 3-1 the count with 1 out. This is a telling pitch with the tying run in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Fine location there, Jeff.
Bonk came back, and we talked, you said even earlier this at she had a little extra on it. She seemed to really put some mustard behind that one. Power versus power.
Could hear that extra grunt from up here. Lifted foul and out of play. Will stay at 3-2. Wayne State trying to close it out. They got 1 run in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the sixth. The big answer back in the bottom of the sixth, and the big blow is that Josephson hit. This one's looped to right, hit hard, and caught in right field.
We were talking earlier about Josephson. She was a catcher in high school, and she's still learning right field.
Man.
But those are the kind of plays that help you win games.
Josephson continues to make plays, this time in the defensive end.
Third baseman, number 23, Madison Schultz.
Tracked that ball the whole way. 2 outs, and the Pride down to their final out.
That ball was tattooed by Mishko.
It was.
And with the wind and blowing it back, nice recovery by Josephson out there.
Yeah. She appears to be our player of the game. What a day, 5 hits today. And the cherry on top of that fine catch and right. Against the wind. Here's Schultz. Fooled on that one.
Tried to wait back on the change.
Yeah. It's been a fine freshman campaign for Madison Schultz.
Yeah, 9 extra base hits already this year.
15 runs driven in. Wayne State trying to close it out here.
One thing, she leads the team in strikeouts with 32. They definitely strike out a lot. Be a nice way for Bonk to end this one.
Yes, sir.
She can come back with a couple more strikes here.
120 some pitches today. Matt, the stat will tell us shortly. Just missed upstairs.
125, that was 125. All right.
125 says Matt, the stat.
He's hoping 126 is the last one.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-run lead for Wayne State. Bottom of the 7th. And we're going to run it full with the bases empty. What do you do here? Let her hit it out of the park if she's going to?
Yeah, I would say just.
It's got to be a strike.
Yeah, you don't want to walk her. I mean, we've given enough free passes this game. Just go after her.
She does, and it's strike 3. Wayne State wins. Fly that big W in center field. The Warriors win it 5-3, Jeff. And what a fine fought ball game today.
Definitely good bounce back for the Warriors. You talked about it, that they had a 2-0 lead in the first game. Buckberger pitched pretty well, just had that one inning where kind of got away from her and she gave up 4 runs. But to come back, you're playing one of the top 3 teams in your conference. And to bounce back like that and get a win like this that you need, you know, they had hits up and down the lineup. Bonk, three walks, scored. Didn't give up, you know, anybody that scored didn't get on a hit. So she did what she had to and came back with some extra gusto at the end to get the strikeout of Schultz to end it.
We'll come back and talk to our Warrior of the game, Riley Josephson. In just a moment, this is Warrior All Access. Warriors get a split with a win 5-3 over Purdue University Northwest. We're coming back to wrap things up, and we'll have Josephson right after this.
I was the kid who would do surgery on my teddy bear and like have my sister be my patient, and I would wear the stethoscope and the lab coat. I was that kid. Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Dr. News, who is the head of the biology department, definitely has had a huge impact over the past 2 years I've been in the lab. He took a chance on me and actually gives me the power to actually do things. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. I've had so many experiences with underprivileged people and just seeing that they want the basic things that people get out of life. And if I can help in any way, that just kind of warms my heart. That's why I want to be a doctor, to serve those who have been dealt a bad hand. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. It was just because I bought into myself, because someone bought into me. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
Some let challenges define them. Warriors use challenges to redefine the world. You might not know their names, but you felt their impact. At Wayne State University, our research turns the desire to do the biggest things into a force for a better world. From a single cell to an entire planet. Anyone can wait for change, but to create it, you need to be warrior strong. Warriors. They're the heart of Detroit and the heart of the community. For 150 years, we've been here. Wayne State University helps power Detroit, and Detroit keeps driving us forward. Because if you want to be a part of the fabric of this city, don't just come on strong, come on warrior strong.
Welcome back to Bryce Field. Wayne State wins it 5-3 over the pride of Purdue University Northwest. One of the stars of the game is with us now, the pride of Wall Lake Central, Riley Josephson, with a big day. A couple of doubles, RBIs, and this was all part of the plan for you. It's been a season that you had to grind out. You've battled injuries. You got a broken beak at some point in the season thanks to that dang indoor facility.
Right, yep.
But everything's better now, and wow, what a performance today by you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Being our warrior of the game.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It took a lot out of the team, a lot of grit. That's been our motto this season, and I think we really exemplified that on the field today.
I'll say so, and you guys were able to come back.
Yes.
You know,
yep.
you answered the Pride.
Yes.
And so was that sort of something you all communicated about in the dugout, talked about, and were ready for that challenge?
Oh, yeah. We saw the opportunity and we cashed when we needed to. Pitchers held us down. Defense was solid, and offensively, we were able to step up to the plate.
You're in a bit of a run now to try to get into the postseason. The top 6 get in. You're right on that verge. This
Right.
one goes a long way. You look ahead, Saginaw Valley this weekend. I know you got Northwood in between there, but
Yep.
these are very meaningful games.
Oh, yeah, very big. We're ready to put in work and try and make this comeback. We're the underdogs, but you always root for the underdogs, right?
No doubt. This is a young team, too. There's some
Yes.
youth. There is some veteran second year for Nicole and under her leadership. How fun is it to play in her system? And I know you believe in the program and what's to come of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nicole's very supportive, always uplifting, and she's a great coach. Helps us out a lot.
Well, listen, congratulations on Player of the Game.
Thank you.
Best of luck in Midland and then in Saginaw. Have a nice trip in Mid-Michigan.
Thank you.
As nice as Mid-Michigan can provide.
Right, yep.
You go get a couple wins, have some fun, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Go Warriors.
All right, there she is. Riley, our Player of the Game. We'll come back to wrap it up with Jeff Weiss in just a moment. Wayne State victorious 5-3 over the Pride of Purdue University Northwest. Back after this on Warrior All Access.
Some let challenges define them. Warriors use challenges to redefine the world. You might not know their names, but you felt their impact. At Wayne State University, our research turns the desire to do the biggest things into a force for a better world. From a single cell to an entire planet. Anyone can wait for change, but to create it, you need to be warrior strong.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
So the Warriors win it 5-3. Get a look at some of the highlights here. Wayne State would, they'd have to come from behind. It was a one-run first inning for the Pride to start things before the Warriors would come back. And you see some hits there. All in all, Wayne State would get a couple of hits from Hodder. They get 3 hits from our player of the game, Josephson. She drove in 3. A timely hit by Bonk, who was on the bump and went the complete game. Picked up the win, her 5th of the year. You see some hitting here, but Wayne State was able to answer back. There you see the Riley double to the gap. O'Donnell with a couple of hits. She was fabulous in the outfield. And look at that catch. Riley even did it defensively. And there's the game ender, the strikeout, the 8th of the game for Bonk. She gave up just 3 runs, 5 hits. Wayne State victorious. They run that record to 14-22 on the year, 4-12 in GLIAC play. Purdue Northwest in the sweep goes to 26-18, 9-7 in GLIAC play. Wayne State again trying to get into that top 6. That would get them in the conference tournament, and they are well on their way with the win here today. Final lines for both teams. Purdue Northwest started with Abby May on the mound. She's the loser in this game. She goes 5 1/3. She gives up 12 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. She struck out 3 and she walked 1, and she tossed 93 pitches. Emma Hill came on in relief. She went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 walk, struck out 2, and faced 3 batters. And as we told you, Bonk went the complete game for the victory, her 4th of the season. Wayne State would get 2 hits from Hodder, 3 hits from Josephson, 3 RBIs from Josephson as well. Bonk with a hit and an RBI. Rosinski with a base hit, 2 hits for O'Donnell, who would homer in game 1. And then that was all the hits for Wayne State. But again, 12 hits is what they pounded out in this ball game. Purdue Northwest got 2 hits from Allison Arnold in her her appearance in the second game. She was the only player not to play in the first. She made good use of her time. So again, Wayne State victorious 5-3. You'll recall in game 1, it was a 4-2 Purdue Northwest victory. And in that game, it was Madison Roop that got the win. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. She struck out 4 and walked 3. Sasha Buckberger was the tough luck loser. 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, and 3 of them earned. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks for Buckberger in the game. 2 hits for Josephson in game 1. 2 RBIs for O'Donnell, her first career home run. And Brianna Pilato with a couple of hits in the ball game. Want to remind everybody that Warrior All Access will continue this Sunday at 1 o'clock as Wayne State will have softball right here at Bryce Field. Want to thank our hardworking crew for making this game possible at Warrior All Access. Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Evan Westfall on replay, Pat the Stat on some scoreboard duties, DeAndre Pruitt on graphics, CJ Easterling on camera, Kyle Buchanan on camera, and Brad the Boss Ross on a camera as well. I think that's our total crew today. I want to thank my partner, Jeff Weiss. I want to thank Matt the Stat, doing great work on Wayne State Athletics. My name's Chad Bush, saying so long, where Wayne State gets a split. A 5-3 win in Game 2, a 4-2 loss in Game 1. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. So long.